Hey everybody, Weeping Willow is here again, and I actually just caught the this week's episode of Bones, and wow, talk about intense. I mean, come on. Like, I haven't held my breath like that during an episode of Bones in a long time. But anyway, so it opens up with, you hear a baby crying, and initially I thought it was Christine, because I figured, I didn't know, I just assumed it was Christine. But then you see Hudgens and Angela on their bed, and I'm thinking, okay, that's Michael Vincent. And then the next thing you see is Hudgens kind of waking up, like, where am I? What happened? And he looks over at Angela, and Angela is just as knocked out as he is. And then they notice that there's a corpse hanging above the bed, right? And they're freaking, of course, and they they run to take care of Michael Vincent, and there it looks like blood at first, but what happened was that Palant left these really rare these really rare flower petals, and he I guess it's just some kind of calling card or symbol or whatever, and then the next thing you see is Brennan and Booth in the car, obviously, and she's Brennan's telling Booth, she goes, Angela's never been this freaked out before. Something is wrong here, and we need to get Christine somewhere safe, and that kind of thing, And Booth is kind of looking at her like, don't worry about it. Your dad's fine. Don't freak, But they eventually do figure out, as I said, that it is Palant, which is really kind of ominous. Anything Pallant's involved in, I'm almost like, oh no, they're in trouble, because if he um, was gutsy enough to come after Michael Vincent, I mean, who's to say that he wouldn't come after Christine next, or Brennan? I mean, who's to say? I guess Hart Hanson and Stephen Nathan have a plan for that. I'm not really sure what it is at the moment, but sorry. But anyway, so they do figure out that, like I said, that Pawan is back, and he's he's playing some sort of sick little game with this corpse that he hung over Hodgins and Angela's bed. Well, you're thinking, okay, this makes sense because Hodgins did try to strangle him some months back, or maybe it was, yeah, some months back. But anyway, the whole thing is that they're kind of eventually, and cover your ears because if you haven't seen the episode, I'm gonna give it away here. But eventually, Palant does get away, and Booth did get a shot on. I'm sorry, but yeah, he did get a shot in on Palant, but he didn't. Unfortunately for Booth, he didn't kill him, which was kind of like, ah, man, the bad guy got away that time, but it was fair, And then he came back home, and of course Brennan is kind of hovering over Christine, just kind of like, sucking in the moment that Christine's sleeping and safe, and and I love Emily playing Brennan as a mom. I know that Emily herself recently had a baby, and I think that's playing into her portrayal as Brennan as a mom, and I really do feel that Emily has that connection with the babies that play Christine, and it's really nice to see because sometimes you can't tell, but with Emily I can really tell, and she's either a really good actress, and I know she is a really good actress, or she actually feels that, and I think there's a chance that she really does feel that kind of connection with the babies that play Christine, which is really, like I said, nice to see. Um, and you just hang in there with me. I think I'll be with you tomorrow for an episode, or for musings after an episode of SVU. And I will definitely be back with you next week for my thoughts on this week's Bones. Or, well, next week's Bones now. But anyway, until then, I'll just say, see you later, YouTubers.